Hello everyone, in this video what we will see is how to model walls, exterior walls. So let's go ahead and go to the first floor plan view. As we can see here, this is the floor, as you can see that we modeled already. What I wanted to do is click on this 2D CAD file. This is right now at first floor. As you can see in the CAD file, there are no details of exterior wall. So this file we cannot use for the purpose of drawing walls, windows, and wall openings. So what we will do is, we'll go to the first floor plans, properties, and we'll go to the visibility and graphics, and we'll click on edit. So what visibility and graphics, this property enables us is to control which model elements, which annotation categories, or which imported categories we want to be visible in the model. So let's go to imported category, because we want to control the visibility of this 2D CAD drawing. And as you can see here, there is this C15 site with sidewalk DWG. Let's go ahead and uncheck it so that it becomes invisible in this model. Click on apply, click OK. So that drawing is gone. So even though that drawing exists in the model, we do not see that in the model. Instead, what we want to bring in a new CAD drawing. So let's go to insert, import CAD, and let's bring in this individual project C15 drawing. Click on open. Now as you can see, it has been opened, it has been imported. So you see here that this is the profile of the building, and that is our profile of the slab that we modeled earlier. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select this drawing and I'm going to move it over this slab that we had created earlier so that it matches. So I'm going to use this move command. The way it works, I click on move and it's going to ask me the starting point, a reference point. So I'm going to select this outer corner as a reference point. Click here and I'm going to move it to this point, which is the outer edge of slab. Now it gives an error, and the error is cannot move pinned element. Now by default, when you bring in a CAD file, by default this file is pinned. So there's a push pin that is applied so that you do not accidentally move it. So it's a protection. But in this case, we need to unpin it. So let's go ahead and cancel it. If you do not want to move it, let's go ahead and select the drawing again. And I wanted to look at the contextual tool that appear here. Under modify, there is a tool that says unpin. So let's go ahead and unpin it. So now it's no more pin. So let's go ahead and select it again. And let's move it using the same reference point and bringing it to this outer edge of the slab. And there it is. So now we have this floor plan, a detailed floor plan with the details of windows, doors, openings, and exterior walls. It is aligned to our slab that we have already modeled. Now as you can see, there's a lot of confusion here. So if I go and make it hidden line, you can see I cannot see that the layout of exterior walls. But if I go to wireframe, there's so many details here, it's so confusing. So what I wanted to do is go to visibility and graphics again, click on edit, go to imported categories and expand this individual project drawing that we just imported. So expand this, and now you can see all the layers of different elements of this CAD file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the first one and the second last one, because I want to see walls, but I do not want to see these other elements, and I'm going to uncheck altogether. Once that is done, I'm going to also go and uncheck DW, which is doors and windows, because I want to see them. Once that is done, I'll click apply, click OK. As you can see now, I can only see the exterior walls and interior walls along with door openings, along with windows and wall openings. So that's what we need. Now we can always go back and check them if we want to see those elements here in this view. Now let's go ahead and model exterior wall. Now as you can see here, this wall right here is no more than than 5-inch thick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to architecture and wall, architectural wall. So when you insert a wall, okay, there are 3 types of information that you need to provide to this program. The first information is the base level or base constraint. So what is the level from where this wall will start? And the next thing is top constraint. What is the level this wall will reach to? So right now, the wall is starting from first floor and it is reaching to level 2. So if this is what you want and this information is correct, you will leave it as it is, else you'll modify this. You can also have a base offset. So if you want to create a wall which does not start right from first floor, but is hanging, and let's say it is offsetted from that floor by 1 foot or 2 feet, you can always enter the dimension here. Now, you do not necessarily need to give a top constraint. So for instance, if the wall starts from first floor and it is a freestanding wall and it's not going to any other level, you can always select. So I'm going to select unconnected here. So, but if it is unconnected, it is important for you to specify unconnected height. So either you specify base constraint and top constraint and it calculates the height automatically, or if it is a freestanding wall, you specify the base constraint and then you specify the wall is unconnected and then you give unconnected height. So you can do it any of these 2 ways. The next information that we need to supply is what is the wall construction. So here is the type selector and you can see there are multiple options for exterior wall. There's some generic 6-inch wall and then there's some interior walls as you can see here. There are also some curtain walls that you will be able to use. So let's go ahead and select one wall type and let's select exterior brick on metal stud. Let's select that. Now we know that we need its thickness is 5 inches. So let's go ahead and edit its type. So click on edit type. What you want to do is you want to go to structure, but before we do that, click on duplicate and let's call it metal stud type 1. Click OK. Remember, we need to duplicate it before we modify. Click on edit and right now you see this under the preview by clicking here that we have 3/5 of an inch of brick cladding on the exterior, 3 inches of air gap, then we have plywood sheathing 3/4 inch, and then we have 6 inches of metal stud layer which is the core, and then we have drywall 1/2 inch thick. So let's go ahead and make this 1/2 inch tile instead of a brick. So it's a brick tile. Let's make the air gap as 1.5 inch, or let's make it 1 inch. Let's make the metal stud 3/5 of an inch. So you can see that all these layers have changed. So the thickness, the total thickness is 6/3 of an inch, which is okay. So click OK. Click OK again. So now we have selected the right material, right construction. We have selected its base constraint right. Top constraint is right now unconnected. Let's make it go to level 2. So once that is done, let's start drawing it. Now before you draw, you have to give a location. So the way it works is, right now what is selected here is core center line, wall center line. So there are various options. So there's a wall center line. So if I'm gonna draw this wall, let's start drawing here. If I start drawing this wall, you can see that the line I'm drawing on is in the center of my wall. Why? Because I selected wall center line. So let's escape, okay, and let's select the other option, which is core center line. So when we do that, and if I start drawing wall here, now it's no more the wall center line. It's a core center line. So it's the center of the core. The core is the stud that we're having in this wall. So we don't want that. Let's go ahead and check other options. So there's a finish face exterior. If we use that, and if I start drawing wall on this, you can see that the exterior finish face is being, because I'm drawing from the right to left, let me draw from left to right. So you can see that the finish face is aligned with the line I'm drawing on. I can also choose finish face interior. So if I start drawing, you can see that it's no more exterior face aligned on the line I'm drawing, but it's the interior face of the wall that is aligned. Let's escape the other options. So there's a core face exterior. So if I want my core, my stud, to align with the edge of my floor, so you can see here that if I do that, all it is doing is that my stud, that is 3/5 of an inch, are aligned to the floor. So they are resting on the floor, and my brick tile cladding and my substrate is going out. So in most cases, we'll be using this option. We want our studs to rest on the concrete slab. So let's do that, because the chain option is checked here. So when you will be drawing, so if I draw this wall, let's say, and if I click here, it will make a chain. It will continue that wall. So make sure this chain option is open when you're drawing this wall. So I'll go ahead and click here, and as you can see, it has already finished this corner. So if I move from here and go to the next line, it will finish that corner. It will wrap up all the material, and I go here and click on this intersection, and then I go to the next intersection, and then go on the other side. It is because of the chain option that I don't have to go back and select the wall tool, come back here, and then come back to this point where we started. So the moment you click, it's gonna close the corner. So that's the advantage in Revit, that it automatically connects those layers of the wall, and it connects the core, and it wraps up at the corner all the materials that you have in a particular wall. So right now we have created a wall. Let's go and see it in 3D view. So we have created this wall. As you can see that there's a brick tile cladding on the exterior, and there's a drywall in the interior. Let's go back and check in our section view if the levels are right. So right now it's going to level 2. And what we want is, instead of having level 2, we want to name it as second floor. Let's go ahead and change its name to the second floor. Enter. Say yes. And the second floor is not 8 feet 6 inches. The second floor has a height of 12 feet. So let's go ahead and change this height to 12 feet. So as you see here, because the top constraint of the wall was second floor, when we moved the second floor up, the wall went up automatically. So that's the advantage of using these datum elements, levels, for referencing our model elements.